Hiya, and welcome back to Wayfinder. Sorry for the delay. Something came up last minute and I had to deal with it, but it's been taken care of. And now let's just hop right in. I am going to scream if my microphone does not stop screaming. Hey, Fynn. How old are you, anyway? Okay, seriously, why the hell is my laptop acting this slow? It should not be acting this slow. It literally is, like... Why in the ever-loving fuck is it using 30% CPU? It shouldn't be doing that. It should not be using 30% CPU. What else is running? What else is running in the background? Seriously, what could be using this much CPU power? Alright. 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 Let's sort this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Seriously. Seriously. What on earth could be using this much CPU? Alright. Alright. Windows audio device that has to stay up. Because seriously, like... Huey on. Bye. I'm just, like, going through this right now, killing tasks that are consuming a lot of CPU. Discord! You're fucking up again. Just bye, Discord. Bye. I said bye, Discord. Creative Cloud. I unfortunately have to keep Creative... Actually, no, I'm not even dealing with that. Just bye, Creative Cloud. I'll relaunch you later. I'm literally just, like, going through this right now. Like, hang on, look at this. Look at this. I'm going through this right... And that fixed it. That actually fixed it. Alright. Hey, Fynn. How old are you, anyway? I immediately feel myself get tense. My face getting warmer. Is that what he was hesitating on? Is it obvious that I'm insecure about it? Does it matter to him? Is he going to laugh if... No, stop it. It's just a question. We barely know one another and he just wants to get to know me. I'm just going to answer it and move on, and that's that. I'm 25. Almost 26. I realize I stuttered and my face gets warmer and I immediately feel like I need to defend myself. I know that it's a bit odd for a sophomore in college to be my age. Life got in the way and I couldn't make up my mind, so I had a bit of a late start. Arkin is petting me on the forearm gently and looking up at me with the worried expression, and I hear his voice softly replying, "Hey, Fynn, it's okay. It's okay. Look, I'm about the same age as you. Actually, I'm almost 27 myself." Man, you really tensed up there. I don't know much about any of this college stuff, but you're still pretty young. You shouldn't let something like how old you are bother you so much. I take a second to calm down. Arkin's right, and I feel like a fool. I'm a little sad that it got to me so much. Yeah, it's silly to be worried about something like how old I am, but I can't help it. Having watched all of my old friends starting their adult lives and many of them already having something to show for it, I feel like I'm behind. Stuck on things that happened so long ago and not moving forward nearly fast enough to escape the feeling that I'm... Never mind, it's silly. Wait. Never mind, it's silly. And we should eat our food. I look over to Arkin's plate, only to see that he's already finished his meal. I was hungry. Sorry. We both laugh and he rubs his head in embarrassment. This wolf giant is such a puppy. I take a smaller portion of my own food and separate it, then grab his plate and pull the rest onto it for him. Put the rest onto it for him. When I hand the plate back, he looks at me in surprise. Won't you be hungry? No, I'll be fine. Only have one class after this, so I can just eat at home in a bit if I do get hungry. Arkin smiles wide and then starts digging in. He continues to talk while chewing. Normally I find that off-putting, but it's kind of cute since he's got a wolf maw. So, you should listen out your window tonight. You'll be able to hear it. Hear what? Arkin seems excited now and he has a childish smile. Nuh-uh, not telling. You'll love it though, I promise. Arkin finishes his food just as I do. Then he gets up and grabs both plates and trays and brings them to the disposal area. On his return, Arkin stands right next to me as I sip some of the bottled water I picked up. Arkin puts his arm around me and leans in close before I can react. A deep whisper in my ear sends shivers down my back and neck. Tonight, Fynn, listen out your window at midnight. You'll hear us all. Only finders can hear through the glamour's veil. I feel myself blushing and almost choke on my water as he pats my head again and swiftly moves toward the exit. See you around, little guy. Suddenly, he's off, leaving my cheeks red with nervousness. I see his tail swish as he walks out the door. That damned wolf! I finish up and decide to head to my last class for the day early. It's almost midnight. I'm lying in my bed because it has gotten too chilly sitting by the window, but I'm forcing myself to stay awake. I think back on the details of today, all of the bits and pieces I've learned and the things I will learn tomorrow. I'm a finder. Arkin, Geralf, and Bjorn are wolf giants. They have elders, or at least an elder. The three of them are candidates, whatever that means. There are rites coming up tomorrow, and after this they'll be able to let me in on what's really going on. Am I excited? Nervous? I don't know how to feel. I keep thinking about the three of them, though. Is my life really going to be centered around wolf giants now? I can barely figure out what I want for myself. How am I supposed to help them with whatever they need? I lift a hand up to rest on my forehead. The light of the near full moon is shining brightly through my window. I stare at the open window, wondering to myself about the intricacies of wolf giants and werewolves and humans. And whatever else is out there beyond that one window frame. See, I don't know. I don't know which wolf boy is going to go first for me. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. Just F. As I feel myself starting to doze off, I finally hear it. Quiet or far away. A long note in the crisp midnight air. No, not one. 2 notes. In the same key. Then, another note. And another. Long, angelic notes soar through the city and make their way into my open window. It is a good question, though. Which one is going to be first, though? Finally, just before I doze off, I realize what I'm hearing as I remember the 3 wolf giants I've met. Those aren't notes. They're howls. I was dozing off, but suddenly I find myself climbing out of bed and moving over to the window. I put one slipper-clad foot through the window, then the other, and pull myself onto the fire escape into the chilly night air. Linus hops out with me, meowing periodically along with the howling. Alright, I already said this, but I feel like I need to say it again. I genuinely thought that Arkin was Linus. For a second, I genuinely thought that Arkin was Linus. Like, Arkin was, Linus was over here secretly being Arkin. And we were all like, oh shit, you're not a cat at all. And he'd be like, nope, sucks to be you, blah, 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 and then just fades away. I don't know why I thought that at first. Linus hops out with me, meowing periodically along with the howling. The city view at night from here was okay, nothing to write home about. The howls, however. I listen intently, carefully. I try to hear the ones I want to hear out of the whole choir of voices. Arkin, Geralf, Bjorn. I notice the pitch of the other wolves' voices descend and hear a few voices become more pronounced. One tenor voice that sounds so unlike any of the three wolves surprises me. I can't wait to figure out which one that one belongs to. One of the voices is a deep bass and the last is a clear baritone. I know the voices are theirs. I can feel it. Is this what my power can do? Find things like this? Like at the library earlier? I decided to stop thinking about all of that for now and just listen. After all, tomorrow I'll finally have some answers. Maybe then I'll be able to find my way. The path I've been looking for since I lost it years ago. Chapter 4. Answers. The gentle autumn breeze embraces me as I step out of my apartment onto the city streets. That is loud. It helps as I breathe in to try to settle my nerves. It's finally time to get some damned answers. I should be excited, but all I can feel is anxiety. My stomach is in knots and my mind is all over the place. I take a deep breath and try to calm myself down. As I'm walking toward the mall a few blocks away, my phone rings and I reach it to answer without looking. Only one person in the whole world calls me, like, ever. Hello, Mom. How are ya? Fynn, you didn't forget... Did you? Forget? It's your father's birthday. I really could use your help. Mom, I didn't forget. You're the forgetful one. Dad's birthday isn't until tomorrow. She pauses for a moment and then I hear her clear her throat. Oh, yes, of course. Right. Silly me. I roll my eyes and smile, pinching the bridge of my nose. At least she didn't try to argue about it like she has in the past. Still, I feel a little guilty for not being there. I guess I can't help it right now, though. I wouldn't have forgotten, but I'm glad you called anyway. I didn't have the chance to call you last night and I felt bad. Fynn, it's okay to miss a day here and there. You have a life. You don't need to be bothered to call and check in every day. Space is important. I know she's right, but aside from being the kind of son who actually likes to talk to his mom, I still feel like I need a lifeline being so far removed from where I grew up, and these calls help me. Still, I know that's not the reason she's bringing it up. I can hear the sound of bottles being clinked together on her end. Well, then if that's true, tell me. Are you keeping out of the liquor? She stumbles over her words a bit, and I can hear the sound of a liquid spill as my mom curses to herself. Fynn, please. I've only been drinking wine. It's not as bad for you. Excuse me? Wine drunk is still drunk, mother. Hiya. You need to take it easy. Preferably stop, but at least slow down. For me, please. I hear her sigh and the sound of what I assume is a rag, wet from the wine it's soaked up, plopping onto some surface. I take my turn to sigh too. I know it's hard, Mom, I want to say. I want to reassure her it'll get easier with time, but she's heard it all before. Before I even get to try, she speaks up. I know I need to slow down. I know it's bad for me to be doing this to myself. It's just hard right now. With everything going on, and with you being away as long as you are between breaks. Especially in the last few days. I know she's right. Again. I've been feeling it too lately. I decide not to be so hard on her. Mom, please. Just try to keep it to 2 glasses a day. I'll smell it on your breath tomorrow if you don't. She grumbles. Well, anyways, what are you up to? Are you staying warm? It's getting cold out, Fynn. Deflecting. How convenient. I choose not to confront this. Oh, I'm actually on my way to the gardening center to volunteer. I made a few new friends. They'll be helping me out for a bit today. I'll tell you all about them when I come over tomorrow. They're pretty interesting. Oh, good you've made friends. Good you made friends. I was worried that you'd have a hard time since you attended classes online for your freshman year. But it only took part of a semester. How about that? Oh, and that Tucker guy isn't still showing up drunk and hassling you, is he? I shudder. Thankfully, I managed to have the sense to call it off before things got worse, but yeah. Since the locksmith came out and changed the locks, he hasn't been able to use the spare I foolishly gave him. The other residents have actually been keeping an eye out to make sure he doesn't come into the building. He hasn't been around in about a week, but he's been bugging me on campus. Well, I don't want you to get arrested for fighting, but please remember, if you absolutely have to defend yourself, there's always that trick I showed you, Fynn. I swear, if the trick is take your knee and just bam right into his testicles, I swear to God, I will fucking die. Oh, I shouldn't say, but I do. I remember the trick, Mom. Hiya. I'm sure Tucker's going to remember it for the next few days, too. Fynn, you didn't, did you? I'm at the mall now. Gotta go, Mom. Love you. She gives me a wailing laugh. I love you too, you crazy boy. Have fun now. We end the call as I walk through the sliding doors into the mall. Okay. Does the trick involve using the leg as... Oh God. It works. It works. I mean, a knee to the testicular area of the male is a surefire way to get away from literally every single conflict. It's a graceful knee. It's very graceful. We end the call as I walk through the sliding doors into the mall. Okay, time to get some answers. After arriving inside the mall, I decide to wait at the top of the escalators overlooking the basement level one on the ground floor as the two major entrances to the mall all lead here. Wine Mom's secret technique. It's super secret. I stand around watching for the sight of any of the three wolf giants, but after a few minutes I decide to just head up to the garden center. They might even have beaten me there. Either way, might as well go up to the garden center. They won't stand me up since I know they need me for something. As I head up to the next floor, I hear someone call out to me from above. Oh, Fynn, we're up here, Fynn! I look above me to see not only Bjorn, but Geralf as well. Bjorn is waving to me enthusiastically, while Geralf just raises a paw hand in greeting and returns to crossing his arms. Wine Mom's secret technique. Scrambled eggs jutsu. Fuck, I hit my pop filter. Fuck. Scrambled egg jutsu. I wonder how Bjorn managed to track him down, but remembering our talk from the day before, I'm sure they had some method. Bjorn, Geralf. If you're both here already, hopefully that means Arkin is as well. I approach them and we make our way across the pathway, toward the turning point and to where the more quiet area of the mall is. I'm happy you agreed to come, Geralf. I was worried you might not since it was a bit last minute. I didn't really get to ask you myself since I came up with the idea after meeting Bjorn when we split yesterday, so sorry about that. Mom move. Eggs destroyer. Fatality. Hang on. Let me just back up a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. I was practically dragged here, but I suppose I do owe it to you to answer some of your questions, do I not? I said I would, after all, and I keep my word. I smile at this. He seems a bit grumpier than yesterday, but I suppose he must have found out last second about the meeting. His snarky small aura seems like quite the contrast to Bjorn's gentle giant vibes. Yeah, well, you were a tough one to track down. Who knew I'd find you there of all places, even after... Geralf punches Bjorn in the arm, cutting him off. It didn't look like too hard of a punch, but Bjorn, nearly twice as big in mass as Geralf, still rubs his arm afterward as if it hurt. Ow! What was that for? Fynn, Geralf punched me! Oh, God. Oh, Bjorn. A gentle giant indeed. Geralt, please be nice. Bjorn only came to find you because I asked him to. Geralt scoffs and stares at me. Glares. His crystal blue eyes lock with mine, attempting to intimidate me, or maybe just showing that he's been not beneath me. When I don't look away or flinch, I notice him struggling to maintain his gaze and expression. Hey, Bjorn. Yes? I have this neat trick to show you sometime that may help you deal with guys who pick on you. Geralt, obviously understanding the hint, noticeably winces. He shakes his head and blinks a few times, ending our stare down. Oh, is this some kind of telepathy? Is that what you did? Oh, Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn. If only you knew. What? That's a real thing too? Geralt sighs and continues walking on toward the garden center. I stop Bjorn by the arm and he turns to me as I whisper. Seriously, Bjorn, what's his damage? Bjorn also speaks in a low voice. Uh-oh, he was called out during the howl last night. Called out? For what? It's going to be a whole new June situation. For hurting a bunch of humans unnecessarily. What? Was it because he threw Tucker into his Goonies? Those assholes deserved it, and they would have hurt me unnecessarily besides. Yes, well, the elders, unfortunately, don't seem to agree that it was deserved. Well, deserved or not, it was pretty funny. If I meet these elders, I'll have to give them a piece of my mind. You'd probably be more likely to give them a heart attack instead. I chuckle, and we move along, but I notice Geralt has stopped and is staring daggers at the two of us, his words thankfully not so sharp as his glare. If you must talk about me, at least include me. Oof. We were caught. Sorry, Geralt. Bjorn runs ahead past Geralt as the silver-coated wolf holds his arms behind his back. Geralt averts his eyes but smiles as I approach. His acrolect sheds once more. His acrolect. You'd stick your neck out to defend me against those old codgers, Fynn. Why did I choose to give Geralt that voice? Thank you, but please, don't bother with it. I wasn't really scolded that badly, it just bothered me a bit. Well, you did it to defend me. I won't let your elders forget that. We share a look for a moment, and I see his eyes look me over as an expression I can't read crosses his face. Geralt rustles my hair a bit and walks on before I can protest, which at this point I'm starting to get accustomed to. Up ahead we see a wolf giant with a fluffy cream-colored tail waiting patiently for Bjorn. Arkin, I thought you might be the last one here, but you were the first one instead. Hey, how did you guys know where the mall was anyway? I don't remember telling you now that I think about it. Best not to mention things like that, and we probably should not tarry outside in the area for too long. Is he looking at the lingerie store on the other side of the floor? Yes, I'm excited to see the flowers. Hey, Fynn, you wouldn't happen to know the security guard who works nights here, would you? No. Why? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Arkin laughs and reaches out to pat my head. This time I duck under and ready my key to open the door. So, let me get this straight. Okay, I don't know why, but I can see Geralt just going in. I don't know why, but I can see Geralt just going in there, stealing a thing of lingerie, and like the guy's like, "What?" And Geralt is all just like, "Haha." And then he steals a mannequin. I don't know why, but I see him doing that. I don't know why, but based on the very little that I know about him, he seems like he'd do that. Just walk in, grab a pack of lingerie, and then just shuffle on out of there. Whoa, Fynn. I see you let him give you head scratches, but not me. Yes, well, he has taste, it seems. I forgot to pat his head yesterday, too. Bjorn wears a proud smile as Geralf stifles a laugh and I blush. Have I really been letting them do that? Arkin gives me a hurt look, but I'm nonplussed. Don't give me that look, you've gotten in a few already. He immediately drops the act and laughs, then holds my head between his arms and lets his side and scratches my head as I struggle to pull away. Hey, stop! The wolf giant relentlessly pats my head, messing my hair up to an unrecognizable bird's nest. After he's done, I turn to him. Arkin! I'll get you for this! And you too! I turn toward the other wolf giants. Geralf lets out a few sniffles and is trying not to sneeze. Bjorn is looking at the list of seasonal flowers we offer, but both of them turn their heads to look at me innocently. You two let him do this? So mean! Just as Geralf sneezes, I unlock the door to the garden center and walk in, grumpier than I was a few moments before. The three wolf giants and I enter the garden center together. I look around to check what still needs to be done and return to the wolves to divvy out tasks. Alright, we should work on some of this stuff before you guys start to explain yourselves. I'll give you each your task, and then I'll come around to check on you after I handle mine. The three lupines nod in agreement, and I walk over to the rows of flowers. Looking at Geralf, I hand him a clipboard and pen from the nearby desk. He looks at the flowers and sniffles, rubbing his muzzle gently. Geralf, I need you to look around the flowers and the planters here for any signs of pests. Don't worry about dealing with them if you see any. Just mark the name of the plant as listed on its nameplate, and check off whether any contain pests or not and which section of the plant here in the checklist. I point out the section markers on each plant's row, and Geralf nods and takes the clipboard and pen slowly. He turns toward the flowers. I will do as you ask. I smile and walk along with the other two wolf giants. Moving through the greenhouse past the tables set up for the mass flower sales, we come to the bigger plants in the back of the greenhouse near the exit to the mall's rooftop garden. I stop in front of the hose and turn toward Bjorn, who seems to be holding back his enthusiasm. You look excited. You really like plants, don't you? Yes, look! They're verbena and goldenrod! I love this place, oh goodness! Are those flowering crocus? The wolf giant hurries back and forth between each plant excitedly, and although it is quite adorable, I have to get him back on task. Hey, Bjorn! I need you to focus, buddy! Bjorn stops and looks back at me in surprise. Oh, right. Sorry. What do you need me to do? I smile and take the hose off of its storage ring. I need you to water each of these plants accordingly, as they aren't on the automatic sprinkler system. If you need to, feel free to refer to the guidebook on each plant. After that, could you check them for pests like Geralf is doing? There are only about 20 plants, so it shouldn't take too long. Bjorn nods happily, smiling as he picks up the hose from my arms and turns towards the plants. I should be fine. I know all of these plants. I'll be done before you know it. I pat him on the shoulder and walk with Arkin toward the back end where the room awaits. Alright, Arkin, here's where you're going. I open the door and smile at my wolven friend as we walk into the storage room. I wave a hand in motion toward all of the bags of soil and fertilizer waiting in their cool, dry dungeon for their purpose. Ta-da! Oh, hey, neat. It's whatever this is! Woo! This is fertilizer and soil, waiting to be used in the outdoor garden as well as a lot around the mall. The owner of the store gets a huge lease discount from the owners of the mall for upkeep of the grounds, so we generally keep enough up here to use in the rooftop garden. You can use that lift over there to reach the bottom storage room that leads out to the lot. As I'm explaining this to him, Arkin is looking at everything I motioned toward. Hopefully he's keeping up. The team just finished planting winter-safe plants in the lot, and so they need to fertilize the soil for a few more weeks. I need you to make sure there are 4 bags of fertilizer downstairs and 4 bags of soil on the rooftop garden. They're overhauling that area within the next week with some plants that are being kept over where Bjorn is working. Then, I need you to put 1 bag of soil under every other table under where Geralf is working. Got all that? Arkin looks at me and nods. Yeah, of course! I'll be finished in no time at all! I smile and move over to the lift. Okay then, to move the lift down, you need to close this gate from above and then press the button with the downward facing arrow, and to come back up, it's the upward facing arrow. You're smart, you'll figure it out. Oh, it's like an industrial elevator. I've been in one of those. They're weird. Arkin smiles after I call him smart, and honestly, I want to scratch his muzzle again so badly. Instead, I move quickly toward the door. Going to check up on the others? Not yet. I have some stuff to handle first. Maybe I'll come through to check on you after. We'll see. I smirk and wave to Arkin, turning to head into the office to read any messages left by the owner. After about half an hour, I finish handling my duties and decide to check in on the others. I see Geralt focusing on the plants, sneezing into his elbow all the while. Bjorn is examining the plants he was left with and making notes on a clipboard like Geralf's. Arkin seems to be about halfway done moving the bags from the storage space to the other underside of the tables. I start with checking in on Geralt. Hey, Geralt, how are That is adorable! He sneezes loudly, rapidly, and repeatedly, and when he finally stops, he turns to look at me with the most miserable expression I've ever seen. Finder, aye! Oh my gosh, are you alright? I move quickly toward him and lift his face toward mine, inspecting his eyes and nose and mouth. He sniffles, his blue eyes puffy and a bit watery. I'm allergic to pollen, I'll be As though to bring the lie to his words, another sneeze fires suddenly into his elbow, and when he turns back up, I see his nose is a bit wet. I look at him in this sorry state and feel guilty for putting him to the task I chose. Geralt, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I wouldn't have put you here. I would have changed the plan to have us talk somewhere else entirely. I may have something that can help. Can you wait over there by the bench? He is the twunk of the group. I'm assuming you mean Geralt. Yeah, Geralt being the twunk. Wait, how old is Geralt? Yeah, how old is Geralt? Because, like, let me Google something real quick. Either one. Like, the same scale that Arkin used whenever he told us that he was 26, or almost 27. Around 20 years old. Okay. 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 I saw somewhere that there's, like, the evolution of the twink. It goes from twink, twunk, twas. And I think it's around, like, 35... And I think it's around 35 or so where the twink becomes a twas. Which means our good old friend Geralt here is a twink. twas, like TWAS. There's a poll on Reddit, but it has to be a CG. But it has a CG. Oh. I motion toward a bench that sits by the door we came in from and pat his muzzle a bit. He is a twunk. I don't know anymore. He seems comforted by my gesture and nods. I turn away from him and go to get a bottle of water from the employee break room. Next, I head into the bathroom and find the first aid kit. Rummaging through it, I find the bottle of pills I'm looking for, and then I head back to the sniffling silver-furred wolf. Here, take one of these pills and then drink this bottle. I hand Geralt the allergy medicine and water, then back away just in case he sneezes again. Geralt looks at the pills suspiciously. Just as he looks ready to sniff it, he inhales and covers his nose. What is this? It's allergy medication. You should drink that whole bottle of water if you can. It's recommended. Geralt stares cutely at the bottle of water and fumbles with the cap. I take it from him, smirking and open it for him. Handing it back to Geralt as he swallows the pill, he closes his watery eyes and lifts the bottle up to drink from it. A twunk who sounds like a 9-inch. Again, I don't know why I gave him that voice, and I just noticed that he's wearing a collar. Some of the water drips down Geralt's chin onto his chest, his lightly furred abs now gently glistening with water droplets in the sunlight coming in from above the greenhouse. After staring in awe for a few moments, I shake my head and return to my worried expression. So, feel any different? My boss gives that stuff to his dogs when they have allergy issues. It's an antihistamine. The wolf stops moving for a second and shudders, then gives a loud sneeze into his elbow in response. I worry he's not going to feel better at first, but then he looks at me with surprise. I can breathe through my nose again! That antihistamine works fast! I thank you, Fynn. Oh my god. The wolf moves closer and hugs me tight, which brings a warmth to my cheeks that I didn't expect. Oh, it was nothing. I was the one who put you in that situation after all. He pulls away from the embrace as soon as I utter the words and looks at me incredulously. Nonsense! I should have trusted you enough to speak up in the first place. You made a decision in my task based on what you knew beforehand. Had I given you the information prior, I am certain you would have chosen a more suitable task. I apologize, Finder. Well, as long as you're feeling better, I suppose that's all I could really hope for. I smile up at him and I notice his gaze seems to fix onto my smile a bit longer than I expected. I decide to move away and head over to Bjorn, waving to Geralt as I walk off. Bjorn seems to be expertly pruning a plant while grumbling to himself, and I notice his checklist is finished but has many notes on it. I pick it up and give it a once-over. Many in-depth notes for each plant adorn the paper, some even sticking through the allocated box labeled notes. Cringe incoming, oh no. He really likes gardening. When I hear him say Finder under his breath, I decide to clear my throat. This startles him. Wow. All of this in just a half hour. You must do this a lot. Oh, I actually like puns. He stops whatever he was doing and turns to me suddenly, almost stumbling. Oh, Fynn! How long have you been there? Not long at all, Bjorn. I give him an innocent smile. So, how often do you get to garden? You really rose to the occasion. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Ah! He tenses up a bit more, but then exhales and looks at me with an expression of embarrassment. Oh, not often at all, actually. I really only take care of a few plants in my room at our library. He gasps audibly and covers his mouth. I look at him in confusion. That was a pun! You made a gardening pun! The gentle giant starts to laugh and I can't help but smile. He suddenly stops as if he's remembered something and then turns to me excitedly. Finder, What does a flower say when it's surprised? I look at him in shock, then realize it's a joke. Oh, I don't know. What? What incarnation? God. So, he can hear a badum tiss somewhere. And yet, I swear, I can hear a badum tiss somewhere in the ether. I smile. Two can play at that game. What did the tree say when her son went off to college? He looks so excited right now, my heart flutters a bit. What? I believe in you. Let me try this. His laughter fills the air and mine follows. Who knew I'd find a kindred spirit in my love of terrible puns? What did the butterfly say after he told a joke? I shrug and make a face to show I have no idea but absolutely want to know. I was just pawing your leg. I snort and laugh harder after I hear a sneeze coming from Geralt's direction. The two of us laugh until we come down off the dopamine high, and after we get looks from Arkin and Geralt, and I pat his shoulder. You made my daisy, Bjorn. Bjorn's face swells with pride and he smirks at me, the most confident that I've ever seen him since we met. Anything to see that cherub smile of yours. I feel myself begin to blush and quickly move away, looking at the crocus between us. So, you live in a castle, huh? And you have a garden? Yeah, we're pretty well off. Most of my family doesn't like to deal with the other villages, so we usually stay out of things, and everyone in my castle village lives a pretty relaxed life. I'd love to show you my garden someday. I'd love to see them someday, Bjorn. I smile at him and turn away to go find Arkin. I find him finishing up on the other side of the greenhouse. When I approach him, I can't help but notice his arms flexing in his form as he squats to lower the last bags of fertilizer underneath the long table. To my dismay, he turns his head and his eye catches me gaping in awe as he gives me one of his trademark charming smiles. Fynn! Enjoying the show? His tail swishes once and I look away, flustered. You're delusional. Tea? I feel the heat on my face. Good job with the bags! You got 'em done quick. I can feel my eyes straining to not tear up from embarrassment. Of all the times for him to notice me! Well, I suppose that was a fun workout. I should thank you! He laughs and moves closer to me. I swallowed a fly earlier. Wait, what? As he leans in closer to me, I can feel my heart beating faster. His muzzle brushes against my ear and cheek, both of which I feel get warmer exponentially. Thank you, Fynn. I am so happy I inhaled before his cheek brushed mine because I can feel my breathing ready to hitch. My lungs won't let me exhale or even think about further breaths while this wolf giant is so close. Welcome! It's all I can stammer out. I blush hard and turn away. Maybe we should call the others to come outside to the rooftop garden. It's getting kind of hot in here anyway. Arkin smirks at me tauntingly and then walks outside the nearby door. Okay, you said side stories. Levon, Wayfinder, thing. Are they like a Patreon exclusive thing? Similar to how, other FVNs do it. Because I'm kind of curious. Arkin smirks at me tauntingly and then walks outside the nearby door. I call the other two wolf giants over and we exit onto the garden on the roof. Oh, okay. Okay. Should we leave off here tonight and let the talk be a cliffhanger for tomorrow, or should we keep going? You know what? I'm going to keep going. Alright then, Arkin, Geralf, Bjorn. I think it's time you guys answer my questions. I don't exactly know what questions to ask, but hopefully I can figure some out as I go. First up, if one of you can, please explain what wolf giants are. Finders too, for that matter. I cross my arms and lean back against the wall. The three wolf giants are standing around me, and while I don't distrust them, I can't help but pull in to self-soothe. I hope none of them notice, but I've heard Arkin mention being able to sense something like this. As I should have guessed, he is looking at me with a worried expression. Bjorn is the first to speak up. Well, starting off, finders are beings who can perform various feats. Seeing through glamour magic, sensing the intent and understanding the truth in others, be it their words or deeds. Being able to draw out the true desire from one's heart, they call this finding someone's path, are the most common of these. You've exhibited at least the first one. I think I understand a bit better, so I nod. Okay, that's one down. How about you guys? What are you exactly? I don't know that I've ever heard of wolf giants before meeting you three. Bjorn smiles and shrugs. Well, I'm not surprised. Generally, there aren't any around here. Around here? I don't know of any werewolves around here either, but I now know they exist, at least, thanks to Arkin. In the most basic of definitions, a wolf giant is a wolven descendant of the great wolf and native to the Ironwood. The great who? The great wolf. He is the progenitor of our people, the one all wolf giants worship. So, like... Sorry, and Haya. So, like, a wolf giant equivalent to God. Interesting. Wait, what is the Ironwood? Geralf looks at me directly in the eye and smirks. It is a major part of the region we are from in our realm. Haya. Realm? Like, the mortal realm? As in, you guys aren't from here? This world? Yes, this is the realm of man, Midgard. We are from the realm of giants. Jotunheim. I think that's how you pronounce it, Jotunheim. I'm like 99% sure that's how you pronounce it. Actually, let me check. Oh, that is how you pronounce it? Okay. I realize now just how outside my scope all of this is. I feel my heart racing again. My eyes cloud up and my mind moves 1,000,000 miles a minute. Breathe in, slow. Hold it. Good. Is it true? Breathe out, slower. There are other realms. Glamour, magic, and wolf giants are one thing, but entire fucking other realms. Breathe in. But it hitches. Shit. I feel the panic setting in as I slide down the wall, hugging my knees. This time, I don't even need to question if he senses it. Arkin is already beside me, trying to calm me down and whispering in my ear. It's alright, Fynn. I know it's a lot to process, but you know we aren't here to hurt you. We need your help here. You're in absolute control. We aren't going to do anything unless and until you want to do it. Just breathe slowly, Fynn. That's it. Breathe in. Yes. Slow.
La-da-da-da-die at my altar, make your sacrifice. Adore me. La-da-da-die all the way into afterlife.
That's it. Soft and slow. Just hold it in there. Hold it! Good. Alright, bud. Breathe out. Soft and slow. Breathe out. Slower. I breathe as he shows me. It helps me so much more than he realizes. After a moment, I look up to him and smile softly. Thank you, Arkin. I think I'll be okay now. At least I hope so. I stand up, Arkin still holding onto my arm.
Okay, this is new. I only realize this now.
Yeah, we have a text-to-speech bot now. I stand up, Arkin still holding onto my arm. I look at the other two and finally decide I need to open my mind to the truths they have. Arkin moves away to join the others. And we're going to leave off here tonight. What is FM? Oh, wait, no, that is music. The VOD will be up immediately. Okay, I'm going to go edit the other video, so, yeah. Stay safe, have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow. It should not be delayed tomorrow, and I'm so sorry about that, again.
Be safe, Tilda.